Welcome back, everyone. Toys here, and I am back yet again to give you guys another fresh look. And today, we are totally going to be checking out the brand new NECA Toys Universal Monsters X Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, while we have old Leonardo as the Hunchback, or Igor, whatever you want to call him. Let's just agree, it's a cool-looking Ninja Turtle. On the side of the box, you get a good idea of what's a-coming. Mummy Mike, Bride of Frankenstein April, Invisible Man Dawn, and of course, Vampire Monster Hunter Splinter. And on the back of the box, I love this. Just like the Raphael, you get all really cool Universal monster. Let's set the tone, right? See what's lurking in the shadows. He has a mind for monsters. Witness the horrifying backstory. Leonardo as the Hunchback, katana-wielding creature feature, shell bent on revenge. Sorry about that. You just have to go into monster mode a little bit. On the bottom of the packaging, well, of course, here's everyone involved with the creation of this figure. Thank you very much. I love these things. These are fantastic. And it also shows you how to, well, basically hold the katanas. It's actually really simple, so not necessary, but thanks. Here is the barcode as well, and like I said, these are starting to hit Target store shelves now, just in time for their Target Fall Geek Out event. Yes, it's back, and if we haven't learned from the Haulathon and everything else, you know what I mean? Just relax, take your time, go in the stores. You'll find this stuff eventually. If you don't find it this week, look for next week. If you don't see it next week, you get the idea. Eventually, and if you do have to venture to a couple Targets, I myself got to do the same thing. I got to find some neutrinos and whatnot. But just take your time, and you should know that it should be well stocked. And of course, online for the Fall Geek Out event, Friday, September 2nd and the 9th, we'll have products available as well. As to what they will have available, it's anyone's guess, but I'll specifically be talking about stuff that you can find in the store. That's where I'm going to help you out. Plus, I mean, who doesn't want a Hunchback Leonardo? Look at him right there in that gorgeous packaging, right? So this is going to be a blast. Halloween has already started to hit the store shelves, and now you can find a really cool Halloween figure to boot. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice, hot, monstrous cup of coffee. This is a look at the brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X Universal Monsters, Leonardo as the Hunchback by NECA Toys. And of course, here is Leonardo as the Hunchback, all out of the packaging, and I love this thing. I loved Raphael as Frankenstein's monster. These are like art pieces. They just look fantastic. It's thinking outside the box. It's utilizing art and design with good old-fashioned action figure sculpture making, and man, oh man, it's just a lot of fun. You got to see this. Anyways, you come with a bevy of extra hands. You've got fisted hands. You've got pointing hands. You've got weapon holding hands. You got outstretched hands. And just as an FYI, if you look at your Raphael as the Frankenstein monster, yeah, a lot of these hands are reused. So in that sense, I mean, I get it. You got to reuse a few things here and there. They're all painted nicely, and I love all the scarification on them. And then you get two flame effects, which they're done nicely. They're really simple. Underneath, you got the slot hole for the sword, and you've got a really cool Hunchback Leonardo. And this guy is sculpted to the nines. He's painted to the nines. Look at that little goatee right there. That's fantastic. He's got boils and warts, and he's got a split through the nose and his mask, and you can kind of move around that piece right there. It's kind of a separate piece. And everything on this guy is painted to the nines. He's got some good head articulation in that hunchback form, right? He's going to look up and look down, look side to side, but man, the scars, he's got the stitching, he's got that really cool garb that he's got going on, and he's got elements of being a Ninja Turtle, right? You got the belt. This looks like cloth material. The little rope that ties his shirt together, the rope down below, there's bugs on him. This is right up my alley. It's just getting that time where it's pumpkin spice, baby. And yeah, I'm excited for this. And of course, right here on his ankle, he might be under house arrest. He's got a chain right there to secure Leonardo. He got loose somehow. He's got peg holes on the bottom of his gross feet. Again, all the shirt patterns, the textures, He's got his armband, his elbow pads. This thing right here is amazing. It totally fooled me. I thought you had to unlock his shell. I'll show you how that works. But dang, that looks good. The shell is fantastic. And it's got paint for days. It's so nice to be able to go, like, yes, everything is painted. Everything looks nice on this thing. You could put the swords through the shell. That is fantastic. See, that's some creativity right there. You don't see every day. I definitely dig that. But just in general, yes, home run. You know how this video is going to go the rest of the time. I love this. This is right up my alley in terms of what I want to see from NECA Turtles in the Halloween season, right? So right here, I was thinking you have to do a lock situation. No, just like the old Playmates, he's got the backpack shell storage, and you could put all this stuff in his shell, and that is so cool because it all fits. And you can see the swords going through the shell. You got shovels and bones and skulls and maybe like a mutagen man, like proto-mutagen man tank right there with a brain in a jar. See what I mean? This is just having fun. Now, with the swords, go really easy. And just pull them out, but you see that it's a really nicely done sword. They're actually thicker than a lot of the NECA Toys Leonardo katanas, Shredder katanas, and sometimes I will tell you when you slip them in, you might pull some paint off with it, just FYI. So go slow, go easy, but he sure does look good holding his katanas. I absolutely love that. It's a totally different take for Leonardo, but it's fun. It's a monster Leonardo. And what else could you, I mean, how many Leonardos can you have? Do you have a monster Leonardo unless you collected the Playmates ones? It's just updated to the 9s, 2022 style, right? You can take the fire, flame effect, put it on the end, right? Like he's carrying a torch. That's really cool. So have him hold the katana. He's going out hunting for bones and brains, digging up whatever unearthly remains he can find in the graveyard. And he doesn't have a flashlight. He's got a sword on fire, right? Of course. Now, pull the other one out, right? Same exact katana, painted to the 9s. Very, very cool. Open up the shell, and each little piece in here, like the bone, the shovels, the skull, everything has a spot with a peg or a little divot in the shell to make your life easier in putting everything in there. So he's got like a shelf in his shell, right? Very cool underneath, and you got this little spider. The spider doesn't come out. It's just permanently attached in there unless you want to yank it off, but I'm not going to do that, and you just close up the shell. Now, with the brain in the jar, like I said, proto-mutagen man, maybe kind of, sort of, just old-fashioned monster movie making. I get it, but kind of has hints here and there of that. It'd be cool to put some eyeballs in there, right, if they would have went that route. But the brain is very cool. It's got a little peg. You pull it out of the jar. You can have Leonardo hold it in one hand if you wanted to go that route. Or you just simply leave it in the jar, put it right back on the peg, close up the lid, and it's just awesome. It's very cool. You got some nice shovels, nice weathering all over them. They're done nicely, various sizes, various looks. You got little wrapping. See, I mean, everything is painted on this thing. That's what's fantastic about it. The bone is awesome. It's got a little crack down the middle. I totally thought you could like split this thing, but it's a solid bone. Phrasing. And you got the skull. It's a human skull. Maybe it's Casey Jones' skull. Who knows? But yeah, he can hold brain. He can hold skull. He's got two open outstretched hands. So yeah, you can definitely make it work. But it's friggin' fun having a Ninja Turtle hold skulls and brains, right? Who would have thunk it? Now, in his Ninja Turtle brother cohort, you got the Frankenstein Raphael, and both of these look good. Raphael's a little bit taller because he's got those big old honking platform boots, but Leonardo definitely goes with this guy, and you could swap out the hands if you wanted to. You know, they all fit. And you can take some really cool photos for all you photographers out there, especially since the spooky season is upon us, right? And then if you wanted to see the scale, the size difference, let's say between a movie Leonardo, you see how big this guy is. This Hunchback Leo is like a ball or a rock with legs. He's huge compared to a movie Leonardo, and he's just cool. That's all I got for you at this point. This is what I want to see. It's totally different, totally rad. Won't be up everyone's alley, right? But I love the storage shell. That's a little callback to the old Playmates Ninja Turtles, but with a really twisted edge to it. Get a whole graveyard set up. Leonardo's going digging for parts and pieces to make Raphael. Who knows? You know what I mean? But in either case, Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. So that's going to wrap it up for my look at the brand new NECA Toys TMNT X Universal Monsters, the Hunchback Leonardo. And you've heard my thoughts, so now I'm curious to know yours. Comment below, let me know. Let's talk everything Hunchback Leo. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, don't be surprised if you venture into Target and see some more new Universal X TMNT monsters. Just saying. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.